Guys, I haven't worked on this in over a year. It has been sitting around. I just got so excited by other projects. So what we're going to see in this video goes back a while. You're going to see many scratches and stuff on this as it's been banged around, as I moved and stuff. Don't worry about it. All that stuff's going to get taken care of in the weathering. Okay, so if you don't remember all the work we did on this previously, put a link to the first part in the video description. I think it's really interesting also as we go through looking at where all these different parts came from, different model kits. For example, we've got little tiny 172 tank tracks. We've got a 172 triple ejector rack from US Modern Fighters. The main engine part of this is actually part of a 132 scale P38 Lightning. With like the turbo supercharger put on, you know, it would sit like this. Here are the holes for the propellers, and the turbo supercharger should go up there. Lots of recycled parts. Here's a landing gear from a Navy fighter jet. Lots of cool parts recycled in different ways to make this a very interesting little fighter. But anyway, we're gonna go back. You're gonna see some painting and everything. We're gonna get to this point and then we'll carry on. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. So I am ready to start prepping this for paint. Since I've been touching it with bare hands the whole time and everything, what I want to do first is just give it a quick wipe down with some just plain old alcohol. Nothing stronger than alcohol because you don't want to mess with the plastic at all. But I just want to make sure that we've got a nice clean surface for paint to adhere to. And all I'm going to do is just take a little bit of this, shop towel, and I'm just wiping the plastic down basically as best I can. Lightly though, because I don't want to mess with any little parts. Clearing off, the oils from fingers or anything else that might have gotten on my hands in between work sessions and stuff. So this will just take me a second. For the primer coat, I'm just going to use some Vallejo Surface Primer, white. Again, I still, to this point, have no idea what I'm going to do for the camouflage. I know it's going to be kind of light colors, so white works pretty well for us for this. For my pre-shading on the panel lines, once I get the primer coat down, I'm going to be using my Alclad lacquer gloss black base. This stuff, it's just super thin and it goes on so easily, and it's really easy to do very thin lines with this because it's pre-thinned and it goes through the airbrush so easily, so easy to work with. Cleanups a little rough because you gotta, it's a lacquer based. It can jam up your airbrush if you don't clean it out really, really well. But I really like using it. I've got some standard blue tape that we will use to mask off the engine. We are all masked off and we are ready to go. So I'm going to load the airbrush up with some primer and a little bit of thinner. And we are going to get going and cue the cool 8-bit music. We have a primed, ready to go. I mean, it still needs to dry a little bit, ready to go for the pre-shading. Aircraft? Is it an aircraft? Weirdcraft? Weirdcraft. I'm going to call it a Weirdcraft. So I'm going to get this guy all shaken up and ready to spray. And I'm thinking about for the camouflage, so I had ordered a series of colors just for this because I wasn't sure what I was going to use. All sky related. I think I was really inspired by the Russian Su-34. So many light, oops, there goes one, light green and blue colors over here that I'll have to figure out. I know for sure I really like this color. I want to use this one. I think I'm going to use this this pale blue, which looks more like a green to me. And we'll have to give it like a bottom blue color, you know, for the base. But all that's coming. It's coming real soon. So this has been sitting for almost 24 hours now. The colors did not come out exactly as I wanted them, honestly. I don't know what I envisioned a little bit different, but I'm not sure. But anyway, so you know, I'm going to make it work though. But the shading is good. I'm happy with the way it came out. It's not bad. The colors aren't bad. I guess I was thinking a little too much of that Russian old Su-34 scheme, but I didn't, you know, I just should have used a paint set I had for that. I wanted to use some more original colors, but anyway, I'm really happy with the pre-shading and the way the lines came out. You know, uneven, some darker than others. Really looks good. Yep, so now what we're ready to do is the detail painting that goes all around, finishing up those other little pieces that go on here, and then we can get our first gloss coat on prior to decaling and everything. I mean, I think it looks good. Not exactly what I had intended, but I still think it's going to look pretty good. It does have that sky camouflage sort of look that I was thinking about. And, you know, it's a striking color scheme. Definitely is going to stand out. Well, it's been a little while, but new workspace, new camera, new tools, supplies, and everything. We've got a bit more to do on this. So we still have a little bit of construction. We have lots of detail painting. I left a lot of these pieces off intentionally because I knew it would be easier to get the painting done on these pieces, you know, while they were not attached. So we're gonna get the painting done. We're gonna get them all set up. We're gonna get it all gloss coated. We're gonna pick out some cool decals and get this thing all ready for finishing. We still got our whole base to do, but let's get to work. this is where we are at with touch-ups and a couple other things. Now, there's some random marks and stuff. Don't worry, we're going to hit that all and make it go away with weathering and stuff. I might choose to add a little bit more detail painting here and there. In fact, I know I will as we go, once I get the gloss coat on and I see where we're going. This has broken off twice, so it's, notice it might be just a tad shorter than the other side, just from me gluing it back on and stuff, but we are ready to get going with our gloss coat. Now, I've seen a couple other people put these together on YouTube, and I'm not, okay, so I want to be clear, I'm not, nobody's better than anybody else, you know, nobody's doing it right or wrong. I noticed that a lot of people, I will say, either purposely give up or miss an opportunity to do a lot of detailing on this. I mean, there are so many different areas where you can pick out little details all around this thing. Now, everybody's got their own style. It took me a long time to do all the little detail painting on here, but I really think it's worth it, as it sort of tells a story. I mean, even these little panels here where you can barely see them, it tells a story of kind of how this was designed, built, the different components to it and everything. And sure, if this is on a stand, you might hardly ever see it, but for me, it's worth it to have it done, you know. This looks a little wonky up front here, I know. I think we're gonna, you know, finishing and weathering, we're gonna make that look a little bit better. I've got the gun rough painted, you know, with just a base coat of aluminum. We're gonna work on that as we go in a separate step. These also, I recognize the little bright and shiny. We're gonna tone that down. I mean, I know a lot of people that are into models understand that at this point, things haven't come all the way together yet. The whole intent behind these little balls of whatever, I was thinking of the old Navy Radome color, which is actually called Radome Tan, which I didn't have. So just use sort of a desert sand color. And again, they look a little bit plain, but they'll be weathered up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gloss coating, and then I'm going to print up some custom decals for this. I already have, let me show you what I've worked up. So I've invented a fictional squadron, you know, for the future U.S. Space Force. Made a squadron patch for it. We're going to put some, you know, stenciling and other markings on it and everything. I think it's going to look pretty cool. But I'm going to spare you the watching it get glossed. It'll be glossed, and when we next see it, we'll be working on some decals.